Shout out to Craig J for sending me this story, and this is coming out of New York, a place called Governor, New York. I've never heard of it. It must be upstate. But anyway, you see the picture of a school bus. Now, the reason why it's a picture of a school bus is because the incident I'm about to talk about happened on a school bus, where you had an 11-year-old white girl beat up a 10-year-old black girl, and they said she was subjected to racial abuse, like racial comments from this 11-year-old girl. Now, that's the not shocking part. The shocking part is the fact that they actually charged the 11-year-old with a hate crime. Do you know how much they do not like charging people with hate crimes? But they managed to slip one in on an 11-year-old white girl. But when it comes to these adults, they be struggling to try to get them charged with a hate crime. So this must be intense if they actually did this on a child. But let's go ahead and find out some more additional information. It says an 11-year-old white girl is charged with a hate crime after a 10-year-old African-American girl was subject to racially motivated language and a black eye. 3 girls were involved in the assault on a school bus in Governor, New York, about 100 miles north of Syracuse. Two of the girls are white and the victim is African American, so it sounds like they jumped her. Little bitches. The victim's parents reported the incident to the police on September 10th. They said their daughter had a black eye, some of her hair had been pulled out, and her knee was bruised after falling into the school bus seat. After a police investigation, the 2 white girls, ages 10 and 11, were arrested Monday and charged with 1 count of second-degree aggravated harassment. The 11-year-old girl was also charged with assault and a third-degree hate crime. The hate crime charge is a felony, Governor Police Sergeant Darren Fairbanks said. It's not very often that we charge a hate crime in the village of Governor. The parents of the 2 girls were referred to St. Lawrence County Probation for further action, police said. The cases will be handled in juvenile court. The bus monitor, a 28-year-old woman, was also charged with 3 counts of endangering the welfare of a child Monday because police said she witnessed the assault but did not make an effort to stop or prevent the behavior. First Student, the bus company used by the school district, had been asked to provide more training to bus aides and monitors, the superintendent told WWNY. The company had not responded to CNN's request for comment. Lauren French, superintendent, I firmly believe we are better than this, French said, and we have to take a stand. St. Lawrence County District Attorney Gary Pasqua said his office does not prosecute anyone under the age of 13 in this kind of case. Those generally go to a family court. The hate crime elevates the underlying offense, he said, of such charges. So basically they're saying that that in a way they cannot charge her, or they don't want to charge her, but because they slapped the hate crime on her, then it could be looked at as an alternative. I say go with that alternative. Reason being, look at what just happened. We just had a 6-year-old girl get arrested in Florida because she had a tantrum by that no good coon ass cop, and arrested another child the same day. But you had these 2 white girls right here who beat up this other black girl, gave her a black eye, pulled out some of her hair, caused her to bruise her knee, because they practically jumped her for whatever reason it was, and they said that they used racially charged language, which doesn't surprise me. So as far as I'm concerned, let this be a lesson they will never forget. Let them face the consequences. Like I said, the only thing that shocks me is the fact that 1, they were actually charged with something, and 2, one of the charges was a hate crime. Because like I said, I said there's 2 things that are hard to prove a lot of times when it comes to these cases. First degree murder, unless you have a lot of evidence to prove that it is, and a hate crime. Those are the 2 right there that usually are some of the hardest things to prove, unless there's undeniable proof that it actually did indeed happen. But y'all let me know what y'all think about this down in the comments, and I'll talk to you in the next one.